Hello. Today, as promised, we are going to make a true ring followed by a chain with another true ring joined to the first one, so that you can see how to continue on with your true rings and needle tatting. Alright, so to begin with, we're going to be working off the ball. Alright, so what you want to do is pull off a lot of thread off the ball so it's not hampering you anyway, and set the ball to the side. The next thing you want to do is set up to tat a true ring. Now, because we're doing more than one true ring, we want to leave quite a bit of tail, because that's what you're going to be working with when you're doing your rings, is the tail thread. So what I advise is 16 to 18 inches of tail thread. Then on the ball thread, you want to create your setup. And the way this looks, it's the same setup as if you were using thread cut from the ball. You lay that thread along the back side of your needle. All this thread that you see goes towards the tail, and this is what you're going to be working with when making a true ring. Okay, so here we go. In our hand, the way it's set up is the thread is laid to the back of the needle. Okay, and we're going to start putting on our double stitches. And today's pattern is going to be 3 picots separated by 3 double stitches. Okay, so we've got 3. We're going to put in a picot. Now I'm not measuring picots today, I'm just gauging so that we can move on and not fight with the picot gauge. Alright, it's 2 picots, and here's the third one, and the last 2 double stitches. Alright, now we have 3 picots separated by 3 double stitches. Okay, now to pull this off, remember a true ring, you do not have to tie a knot, but you do want to catch that loop on your finger. Alright, so let's pull our needle through. As soon as our needle comes through, what we want to do, okay, whoops, is find that tail thread. And we pull that tail out of the way. Because the tail thread is so long, we want that tail thread to go on through because it can get knotted up. Pull the loop off of our finger, hold our stitches in the pinch, and close our ring. Okay, now we've got our ring closed, and that's what it's going to look like. And as you can see, normally at this point you'd loop and tie your knot. Well, we're not doing a self-closing mock ring, we're doing a true ring, so therefore we don't have to knot. Otherwise, if you do self-closing mock rings, you have to knot after each element. Okay? The true ring stops the knotting process. Alright? So, here we go. You see it laying in my hand. This thread's going to the needle. Okay? Right here. This one's going to the needle. Let me get it up there where you can see. This one's going to the needle, and this one's going to the ball. The chain is going to be worked off the ball thread, so in order to accommodate that, we need to turn the work to the right, okay, to get that ball thread on top. Alright, so we're in position. Let's do our chain. We lay our needle up next to the thread going to our ball. Let me move that tail out of the way. This thread here is going to our ball. This thread here is going to our ball. Okay, so we're going to do 3 picot 3 for our chain. I don't know where this pattern came from. It's just one I'm throwing together. It's not a designated pattern. Okay, now we want a picot in there. So let's put our picot in, followed by 2 more double stitches, which will give us a total of 3. You see? We have 3 double stitches, a picot, and 3 double stitches. Now, we're going to pull this off our needle. Okay? Once the needle clears, find that tail thread. If you're having difficulty separating the two threads, run your needle down through there. Find which one goes to that tail and pull it out of your way. Pop that chain in. Excuse me. Now the next thing you're going to do is you're going to turn your work to the left. Okay, and this is what it's going to look like. That puts this thread that goes to our needle on top. And that is the direction that we want it to go. That is our working thread. We're going to work off the needle. So therefore, we lay our needle right there next to that thread, and we start putting 3 double stitches on. Okay? Now this is where things can get in your way, get fiddly. Okay? So just be careful what you're doing, watch what you're doing, and take your time. Now we want to join right here on that picot. Remember the crochet hook I told you about? You're going to need it. You go down through that picot, grab that thread, and pull it up. Once you pull it up, you loop it over your needle. Lay your crochet hook down, pull your thread taut, and put on 3 double stitches. We've got 2, 3, and we're going to put in a picot. And our last picot. And as you can see, we're working off that tail thread. Okay, we're ready to close our true ring. Same deal. Loop over our finger. Get our ball thread out of the way. If our ball thread is tied up in all this mess, when we go to close, it's going to be a problem. If it got tied up in it, drop your ball thread through your little loop. Get it out of your way. You're dealing with a lot of thread here, alright? But you can see our true ring is in there. Loop that over the thumb, hold those stitches, pull the needle free, find your tail thread, and pull it out. Then tighten your ring. Once you get it on your finger, run your needle, pull that loop off. See it? And watch. We're going to close that true ring. And mind you, we did not have to tie a knot after the chain because the true ring's going to lock it in. Okay? We've joined it and we've created 2 true rings, a chain, and where you would go from here to go into the next chain, turn it to the right. Okay? And here's how you do it. You see, this is going to the needle. We want the ball thread to be what we're working our chain with. So, flip it up like this. We can keep these threads. For some reason, they're really wanting to hamper me. Okay? Pull that tight, 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 and you're in position to do your next chain. Okay? So, it's turn the work to the right after a ring, turn the work to the left after a chain. Now, up to this point, I knew the basics of how to do this. Okay? I did not know exactly how to do it, but thanks to Barb Granger, she wrote up a tutorial so that I could teach this to you. So we owe her a lot of thanks for this, and I hope you did learn how to do true rings and chains. Okay? If you have any questions, be sure to make a comment down below or ask them in class, and we can get right to you. Any comments I get on the needle classes, I'm directing them straight to Barb, and she can answer those. Alright, so until the next video, I hope you've learned something. Have a wonderful day, and thank you so much for watching. Happy tatting.